Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, giving you the State of the Saints podcast post-game show. Final score of the Saints versus Lions, the New Orleans Saints 35, the Detroit Lions 29. The Saints get the victory. They win their second game of the season, puts them at 2-2. And I think we all can just settle down just a tad bit, wondering what's going on with the offense and, what about Drew Brees and the running attack. This game right here, it showed like just all aspects of the game. It showed us the offense. The defense played pretty well, and also with the special teams, man. They had that big play. What I'm saying, down at the 1 yard line. So that was a plus. And then a pass rush even showed up today. So the Saints seemed like they cleaned a lot of things up. We're going to be talking about this game. We're going to be breaking it down. But right now we have Sean Payton. He's at the podium right now. So just want to give you all, just a look, listen to Sean Payton. This is Sean Payton talking about the Saints' victory against the Detroit Lions.
Sean, was it a sleepless night for you in light of everything that happened?
Challenges that they had with some new players in the lineup. So overall, it's a good team win.
Focus wasn't going to be Michael Thomas. I thought he did a really nice job of catching contested passes and just going up and being a big play receiver. And he was another guy that.
Yeah, but that was a Sean Payton press conference. I apologize, folks. I didn't realize that you all couldn't hear it, but it was Sean Payton just talking about the team overall. I think the team just did a really good job. All things considered, this was a team that had to weather the storm. Man, they get into Detroit on Saturday night. They mostly up the majority of the night. They had to, even though they got tested after midnight, they had to stay up for the results. I mean, this was a team that was tired, that was exhausted, and you got to play a game at 12 Central Standard Time. So this is one of those games where you can just really say that this was a game that the Saints really took. You know what I'm saying? They really went out here, and you can tell this is a team that wants to get better. This is a team that understands some of the issues that have been plaguing them, and they really did their best to try to clean it up. I mean, outstanding job by this team, man. They knew what what they were lacking, and guys picked up the pace, man. Shouts out to, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but PJ Williams and Patrick Robinson, man. They didn't play as bad as we all thought they would. Them rising to the occasion, you know what I'm saying? Them stepping up. You know, those guys are no shutdown corners by any stretch of the imagination. But just to know that those guys have enough pride to go out there and try to get the job done, I mean, it just speaks volume about them. The New Orleans Saints running game, it really showed up and it really showed out. Okay, the Saints running game was outstanding today, and I'm pulling up the stats right now on my phone. They had 42 carries in this game. Okay, no, yeah, let me make sure I'm getting this correctly here. They had 42 carries in this game. I can't remember the last time I ever seen the Saints run the ball 42 times in a game. They had 42. They ran the ball 42 times for 164 yards, 3.9 yards a carry. And, you know, this team right here really showed that they wanted to put emphasis on the running game. And I think it was very, very smart of Sean Payton to put emphasis on the run. I also like the way that the Saints came out being aggressive, trying to get the ball down the field. Emmanuel Sanders had his best game in the Saints uniform. He had 6 catches for 93 yards. And, I mean, he was always where he needed to be. And you can see him break off the route sometimes when Drew Brees was under the rest, coming back to the ball. Just stuff like that, man, just shows you that Drew Brees and Emmanuel Sanders are starting to be on the same page. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Trequan Smith, man, who was clutch all game long. I think we need to understand, and I think somebody need to go ahead and just flat out say it. But Trequan Smith is playing much better than he has ever played in the NFL right now. I think that now that Ted Ginn Jr. is gone, he's in his comfort zone on the outside. And as you can see, man, he was out there running some really good routes. That clutch catch, you know, that he caught on the last drive to keep the drive going, that was some Lance Moore, Willie Snead type stuff right there. Like, seriously, man, that is like when the game is on the line and Drew Brees throw the ball to Lance Moore or something like that on third down. That's what that was, Trequan Smith. And you know who that nation, I guess we didn't really think about this because the Saints were losing at the time. But I think by Michael Thomas going down, it really gave Drew Brees an opportunity, and it made him put emphasis on getting his chemistry together with Trequan Smith and Emmanuel Sanders. Because I wonder if Michael Thomas would have still been playing, if he wouldn't have missed the game, how would the chemistry be if, you know, Michael Thomas was in the lineup? It kind of forced the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees and Emmanuel Sanders to get on the same page as far as the play calling and as far as them doing what they needed to do. I don't think you would have this type of emphasis if Michael Thomas would have still been in the lineup. I don't think we'll be seeing this version of Trequan Smith if Michael Thomas wasn't in the lineup. So in the process of all these growing pains they've been going through, that's one of the silver linings in the dark clouds. The fact that they were forced to be on the same page much earlier than they probably anticipated. I mean, you look at somebody like Jared Cook, who came to the New Orleans Saints at the beginning of the season. It was rough, right? It was rough for him. And then as time went on, around week 6 and 7, they were able to develop. But it's different when you have a wide receiver, because the wide receiver job is to catch the football and rely on, the quarterback to get them the ball. So I think that was a blessing in disguise. You know, not that I'm happy that Michael Thomas is hurt, but I don't think that they would be as strong or trying to put more emphasis on having chemistry as they are right now if Michael Thomas was in the lineup. But all in all, I mean, I think everybody played pretty well. I think before I start taking calls, I think this needs to be said right here, and I'm not going to stutter when I say it. The referees of the National Football League hate the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to say that again. The referees in the National Football League, they absolutely hate the New Orleans Saints. Those were some of the tickiest tag calls I've ever seen in my entire life. That was not pass interference on Marcus Williams. That was not pass interference on Alex Anzalone. The only play that was right was the false start. The referees literally gave the Detroit Lions 7 freaking points. Seriously, I think they realized that the game was going to be out of hand and they needed to do something. Alex Anzalone did not foul that receiver at all. Okay, that illegal contact call they put on Anzalone was ticky-tack as hell. Look, there comes a time when players have a reputation for being bush league, when they have a reputation for causing fouls, the referees look at things really, really close. And I feel like the way that they officiate Saints games are completely different from what the games I be watching. I watched a couple games on the NFL Red Zone as I was watching the Saints game. Man, some of the calls, I mean, nip and tuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they calling these like these dudes just completely violated. Marcus Williams, whether you like him in coverage or not, you have to admit, first off, the ball was uncatchable, okay? Marvin Jones, unless he was Wilt Chamberlain or George Marason, wasn't going to catch that pass. Was not, okay? That ball went clean over his head. Marcus Williams got to Marvin Jones the same time the ball did, and they called pass interference on the guy. Alex Anzalone did not put a hand on his receiver. He just had his back turned, but he did not touch this dude. He did not obstruct this guy's view. He didn't stop this guy from being able to catch the ball down the field. They just called it, and they put the ball right on the 2-yard line. And then they gonna call offsides. Okay, that was offsides. I'm not gonna knock that. But they gave the Detroit Lions 7 points, and I must say that I am sick and I'm tired of these referees, man. People say, "Oh man, Saints fans, they want it." Are y'all not watching these games? I never seen a team get put under the microscope by referees the way the Saints do. Seriously, I never seen nothing like that before in my entire life. It is clear that the New Orleans Saints and the referees don't get along. Yeah, I don't know if the NFL just got something out for this team. I don't know if the referees are told to watch these guys close. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I tell you this, man, the referees, they need to be stopped. They need to stop because right now they're dictating the game. They're dictating the pace of these games, and they're causing people to lose these football games. Look, the fact of the matter is this. Rather you change the way that you're officiating or get some damn good referees that know how to do it because they're controlling the pace of the game. And I don't know if that's their way to try to keep things competitive or if they look at a team having a lot of momentum, they throw a flag, you know what I'm saying, in order to shift the momentum to make the game more interesting because I am one of those people who believe in momentum. I feel like when a team is rolling, it's hard for them to stop. But if you start throwing flags, start getting into the psyche of those players, and the next thing you know, some of the things start to die down. These referees need to be stopped. I'm sick of this, man. Tim says, I never realized how much we needed Ramchick. Yep. That leads me to my next point. And thank you very much, Tim, for the $5. Look, I want everybody to understand this. The Saints survived this game. They survived, okay? They were winning this game. They were winning, and they were winning in decisive fashion. But they survived at the end when Ryan Ramczyk went down. Anybody that don't understand the importance of an offensive lineman, anybody that don't understand how important the offensive line is, look no further than Ryan Ramczyk. When I always rant and rave and talk about Ryan Ramczyk, and I say that he is the best player on the Saints team, you know what I'm saying? I mean that, okay? No, he's not at the sexiest position. He's not catching the football, throwing the ball downfield, but y'all see how important this guy is. When the Saints had to go to the backup offensive line, God bless him. But them boys could not do nothing, okay? He couldn't do nothing. If you look at the Saints in the second half when Ryan Ramczyk went down, they ran most of their plays to the left. On the side where you had Nick Easton and you had Teron Armstead. That's the side that they ran on. Okay, Cesar Ruiz, I think that he's going to be a good player. I think that he did a really good job in the first half, but he don't really understand fully about, you know what I'm saying, some of the offenses, you know what I'm saying, and some of the things that he have to do. And he lined up against Eric McCoy. And now you have another young guy lined up against Cesar Ruiz. Man, that's a recipe for disaster. But hopefully Ryan Ramczyk, you know, he'll be able to play on Monday night. I'm hoping that he'll be able to get back. I'm looking forward, you know what I'm saying, to hear him getting back. I know he in concussion protocol, man. Hopefully it's not nothing that he can't miss he have to miss a game or anything like that. But as y'all can see, man, like when Ryan Ramczyk was in the game, the Saints were dominating in the running game. When he left, the running game went with him, So it is what it is, man. But good victory by the New Orleans Saints. Once again, they win by a score of 35-29. It was a really good game, really solid game. And everybody contribute, man. This was a team victory, no doubt about that. How did we get all these injuries? Well, you're just playing a game, Bad things happen sometimes, I don't think people understand, like, when teams are like fully healthy towards the end of the season, they have the majority of the starters intact. That's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because guys don't play a full 16-game season. They just don't, So the Saints are dealing with some injuries, and hopefully, because it's at the beginning of the year, we can have these guys towards the end, and they can contribute to the Saints' success. But right now, I'm putting the link into the comments right now to take some phone calls. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and answer some of these questions as well. Did Harris get hurt too? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I ain't seen it because they had Alvin Kamara back there returning punts and returning kickoffs. So I don't know. I guess he did get hurt. Malcolm Jenkins was getting mossed the whole game. Yeah, but he also did some really good things too. I'm not going to sit up here and and keep completely knock him. You know what I'm saying? Hockenson, I don't know if y'all know how good that guy is, but the guy is like 6'6", 6'7". He going up against Malcolm Jenkins, who about 5'11", 6 feet. So he do have an advantage over him. You know what I'm saying? I think that we need to understand that. But when it came to the running game, I think that Malcolm Jenkins did a really good job, man. So, a couple plays, yeah, he did look embarrassed on there. You know what I'm saying? That 2-point conversion, but I'm not gonna beat him. I'm not gonna beat him up too bad because overall he did a really good job. Paul, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How you doing, man? First time caller, long time listener.
I appreciate
Hey, so this week, is it really concerning? It's the Lions, and I feel like we put way too much effort to get a win like that. Like, it's the Lions. I really can't stress that enough. Like, it's the Lions.
Right.
And it's like we all watched the game. We saw them go up, and I understand the running game stop. It just really felt like that game could have went one play left, and we would be talking about how they collapsed.
Right.
After all, honestly, I'm not really excited because this is teams we're supposed to beat. Like, this is just like the Raiders. This was just like last week. Last week I already had as a loss before the season even started. But the way it played out and the way it went down, something has to be said. Maybe Drew Brees showed off, but do what the Cowboys do to a sense. Run the ball more to where you don't leave the defense on the field for long periods of time, because the secondary, it's just after all these years, when Lattimore's not in the game, they don't play good.
Right.
And that is a question I have for you. How much do you think Lattimore is going to be worth this year when his contract comes up?
Well, I don't think that he's gonna get paid like a top 3 corner, if that's what you're asking me. The way that he's played, his play has been up and down. As much as I like him, his play been up and down, and he honestly haven't been playing up to his full potential. Right. And I think that he downplays some of the, he downplays some of the receivers that he go up against, and he plays to their level. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that, he should up his level and play the same way he would if Julio or Mike Evans was lined up against him. So I do feel like he's going to get maybe like top 5 money or something like that, due to the importance of the position. And he does give you, some type of production, but he's not going to be the highest paid cornerback. And also to comment on something that you said, the fact is they were running the football. They just was losing yards. It's because Ryan Ramczyk went out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ryan Ramczyk is real. Like, people don't know Ryan Ramczyk is the best offensive lineman that we have. He's better than Teron Armstead, as good as he is, how solid he is. He's better than Eric McCoy. Clearly better than Pete, and he is better than Cesar Ruiz. He is the best. You can argue and say that he is the top 5 best player on the Saints team. When he went out with a concussion, the running game went with him. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the plays, if you go back and watch that game, was ran towards his side. You know what I'm saying? So when he left, You bring in a young rookie, this guy don't really know what's going on, man. And you know what I'm saying? He out there getting whooped, which he should. You know what I'm saying? He a backup. He a backup for a reason. If he can play any better, he'll be a starter on somebody's team or on this team. Right. So I'm not concerned about this because they ran the ball. Like, they ran the ball. They controlled the time of possession. They kept the defense off the field. They sustained long drives. But when Ryan Ramczyk went down, that's when you started to see the defense start to get back to what, you know what I'm saying, the way that they were, because the Lions were getting 3 and outs on the Saints. So that was them running back on the field. So if Ryan Ramczyk, this is what I'm saying, if Ryan Ramczyk would have stayed in this game, the Saints would have blew out the Detroit Lions. They wouldn't have stopped them, man. They couldn't. They came out there in the second half with the adjustments with Ryan Ramczyk, and they still ran the ball up and down the field on him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he is that important to the team.
So if he's off an extended period of time, I mean, you got Chargers coming up next week, and then the bye week after that, and then what is going on with all these? Like somebody was saying earlier, these injuries. It's only week 3, and every other day at this point, it's like as I was watching, this person went down, this person went down, this person went down. I don't know what the hell going on with Michael Thomas. It honestly seems like he should just wait till after the bye week.
Well, look, he just had a high ankle sprain, man. And that's something that you don't want to rush a player to get back. You know, you don't, especially a guy of his talent. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to re-aggravate it, and then you mess around and need surgery. So, look, I'm fine by that. And like I said before, this is giving guys the opportunity, the guys that we don't normally see, for them to step up. This is very important because we already know what Michael Thomas is going to give us. But what happens when Michael Thomas get double covered and you have Trequan and Emmanuel Sanders getting those one-on-one matchups? What are they going to do? So the chemistry that they're building in the absence of Michael Thomas is going to be really important down the stretch. But Paul, I got some more people on the line, man. I appreciate you. You take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
All right. Yeah, man. Ryan Ramczyk is so important to the New Orleans Saints. I think people really need to truly understand it. Sanchez, what's going on, man? How you doing?
TJ, who that?
Yeah, who that?
Big 500 Club. That's what I'm talking about. Sitting at 2-2.
Yeah.
Couple quick points about the game.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the defensive line woke up this game. Created some pressure. I like the way I was scared towards the end of the game. I was.
Right.
But PJ Williams and Ken Crowder, the secondary, they held their end of the bargain this week. I really believe that even throughout the adversity, we knew that this was a game that we could not let go.
Yep.
We could not be falling to 1-3.
Yep.
And I'm not happy. I'm still not satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm more happy for Deontay Harris and Emmanuel Sanders and for the guys who don't get to play and call for them. Drew Brees had no choice but to spread their ball and be a tad bit more aggressive. Because you don't have your two best safety blankets, and Jerry Cook and Michael Thomas. So you got to spread the ball, and I'm so happy. What you say we ran the ball, 46 times? 42 times, something like that?
42 times. I mean, let me make sure I'm telling you, 42 times they ran the football today.
So I'm satisfied with the win. Like you said earlier this week, we don't care how we win. We just want to win.
That's it.
You do see the key thing that we have been talking about on this podcast for I don't know how long. Can we just be consistent with those things? And one more quick point. I think we got some insiders in the chat, because I see, the more and more we talk about these things, Sean Payton try to implement these things. So I think we might have an insider.
Man, I mean, look, we've had people, get interviewed on the State of the Saints podcast, man, and I, like they've been on the show and they follow the podcast, man. So, I've seen like on some, some occasions where I would talk about something and I would hear like one of the reporters actually ask the question, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention like after we get off, we have conversations and stuff like that. And, I would ask them if they could to ask them this question, and most likely they do sometimes. So, they do look out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I do appreciate them, man. Man, all those reporters down in New Orleans, man. John DeShazer, Rod Walker, man. All those reporters that have been on the show. I mean, they do show love, man, and they look out for me, man. But
one more thing.
Yeah,
one more
go ahead,
thing
man.
before I go. I just wanted to give you big ups because I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I know outside New Orleans, our fan base may not be the biggest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to people keeping us in tune, like you are the GOAT, my boy. I did not.
I appreciate
when
that,
I
man.
was trying to find Saints coverage, to keep me busy during the work days and all that, I could not find nothing until I found the State of the Saints podcast.
I appreciate
Big
that,
ups,
man.
my boy.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. And always call back, man. Anytime you want to, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I just like the warm welcome feeling, man.
All right, man. Who that? Shouts out to Sanchez. We got Everett coming up. Everett, what's going on, man? Everett, can you hear me?
I'm not trolling. Yeah, I'm not trolling. I'm as usual. I want to sit here and tell you that. Then I say you, and this is one of your podcasts is that you had, I think Friday or whatever. I told you I said the Saints 44. We're gonna put up 44 perms, and but we ended up with 35. We were capable of putting up 50.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree with that.
I'm telling you that the Saints went down when they went down to 14-0. My page, everybody was screaming, take Drew Brees out, bench him. They were doing a lot of stuff. And I sit here and I tell people, I say, you know what? You protect Drew Brees. And this is the results of running the football. And this is some of the things you have stated for, I think you've been beating down this bush for a very long time since I've been watching.
Yeah, man.
They have to run the football. It doesn't matter if you have Aaron Rodgers, if you have Dan Marino, you have to run the football. Drew Brees can throw the football. He did not forget how to throw a football. Now, he don't throw a ball down the field 80 yards, 60 yards like Patrick Mahomes, but he knows how to throw a football. We don't need him throwing 60 yards to win football games. We need him to throw seaming routes that are completed balls and people who are wide open. It reminded me of when Drew Brees was spreading the ball back before we even had the Michael Thomases and we had all the weapons. He had no choice but to throw to Callaway. And these guys, I wish they would have tried to get Callaway the ball a little bit more. Callaway looks dangerous.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys that the Saints in October, now remember this, I brought a statistic when last time I spoke to you. In September, the Saints is one of the worst teams in football in September. But in October and November, the Saints are one of the most dangerous football teams in the football because for whatever reason, Sean Payton and them play well in October, and this has been the last 3 years. They have had that dominance. Now, we didn't play with Michael Thomas. We did not play with two starting cornerbacks that me and you talked about. Remember I told you about Patrick Robinson? I said when he's healthy, the dude can play. There's nothing wrong with Patrick Robinson. When he left New Orleans, he learned how to play with San Diego. When he left New Orleans, he learned how to play with Philadelphia. You don't just forget football. So I want to tell you that I just think that this team, we won this game against the Detroit Lions. People go, oh, it's the Lions. They were 1-2, and they beat a good Arizona team, which Carolina beat today.
Should have beat Chicago if DeAndre Swift didn't drop that pass. If he didn't drop that pass in the end zone, they would have won.
And Swift looked good today. Oh, what you think, TJ? Swift looked good. He looked like a keeper.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the game, he was slashing us. But Dennis Allen, whatever he did to make adjustments, I like Azzaloni. Don't give me no that he made that pass interference. That was not a pass interference. I want to, these NFL referees are keeping these teams in the game against the New Orleans Saints. They are keeping them in the game, TJ. And yes, the Saints beat themselves sometimes. But if you can clearly see that the referees are being a little bit drastic when it comes down playing us. And I'm going to leave with this. I'm going to leave with this because this is your show. And I'm going to tell you like this. I love your consistency. You are very young. Listen, you're very young. I'm 45 years old. You are what I used to be. And I'm telling you, I know you see me. Oh, yeah. My son is going to be in your stage. My son is in college right now at Belhaven University. That's what he's going to be, you know. And I want to tell you, what I love about you is your consistency. And you tell it like it is. Yeah, and you keep doing what you're doing. And listen, you be looking at this old man and he be yelling and screaming and he does what he does. You don't know what I put up with. You don't know what you don't know. Man. You're gonna get older. Yeah. I may not look like I'm 45, but let me tell you something. I'm every bit of 45. But I'm telling you this. You keep on doing what you're doing. You keep on. Look, I'm gonna keep on being the way I am because I want to keep pushing your knowledge. That's just the way you know the bad is. The bad is gonna keep on coming. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say, I'm a Saints fan. I'm a diehard. It's hard for me to just pull away from. I saw the 1987 Saints when they put up 44 points in Minnesota Vikings. We started up 10-0. Bobby Aber. Bobby. Old Bobby. We scored 10-0 on the Vikings. We lost 40. Anthony Carter was killing us. The Philadelphia Eagles. Remember the Philadelphia Eagles. Never forget Bobby losing his teeth. He lost a tooth in his mouth. So I'm an old school Saints fan. But I'm going to tell you, you a badass. Mr. I don't know, you're monetized. But go ahead on, bro. I'm out of here, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Call back anytime, brother. All right. Man, shouts out to Everett, man. LMAO says, well, TJ, I'm glad we won. Drew Brees played well today. The truth hurts, man. What's going on, man? Thank you for the $5 donation. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and move on, man. I got the last Saint. Man, what's going on, man?
What's good, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Got that victory today. How you feeling?
Just glad we had the W.
Yeah, it was scary at the end, man. It was there was in survival mode at the end, but you got the victory.
Yeah. Good game by the offense, man. This would have been a choke job if we had not ran the ball at all. I knew that's how we was gonna get busy because like I've heard other Saints commentators and analysts say, a lot of this Detroit Lions team prepared for only the throwing game.
Right.
They weren't expecting us to be so ball dominant with the run game.
Right.
A lot of things that made me mad about the game is putting Taysom Hill in shotgun. That's not 2018 or 2017 anymore. They know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like all that trickery with Alvin Kamara. Like, that shouldn't have been done either. You should have just ran north-south with Latavius Murray.
Right.
Dennis Allen is still problematic with the play call and the defense, whether you want to say it's just the players, because that's not a lie. We do have a lot of trash secondary. Marcus Williams is pretty soft too. He may have caught a pick, but his coverage is horrible, and he got dragged by the corpse of Adrian Peterson. We're gonna call it a spade. He got dragged. Malcolm Jenkins, he's an enforcer, but he was still getting burnt on different routes too. Yeah. That's pretty much what I've seen about the game. Overall, I think it was a good W, especially what happened because I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm looking at the NFL news, and it said that our fullback had COVID, and Alvin Kamara was sitting right next to him.
Right.
So I was like, please, guys, reschedule this game so we don't get our heads blown off by the Lions, man. I was like, please, guys, reschedule this game like they're doing with the Houston Patriots, because I don't want that smoke at all.
I was feeling the same way when I seen his name come up. I was like, oh man, maybe we need to cancel this game. But look, the way that the Saints played today, the limitations that they had, and for them to get the victory, I'm just okay with that. I mean, and they were very handicapped, and some of the coverages that they can actually play. They had to play a lot of cover two, man. They had to play a lot of cover two. They had to play a lot of zone. You know what I'm saying? You rarely see any man out there. The only time you really seen man was like on short yard situation, 3rd and 2. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You didn't see that. You seen like a lot of like over the top stuff, which I'm gonna be honest, maybe they need to go in that direction more often, because it seems to me that players were more around the ball than they normally were. You know what I'm saying? Normally it was like guys getting beat 10 yards or something like that, but they always had like 2 guys in the vicinity somewhere. So maybe they need to add that on to it because, you know, I mean, you had to have help for PJ Williams, man. You had to help him. And in some ways, you had to help Patrick Robinson, too, who did a really good job, you know what I'm saying, guarding Kenny Golladay for the most part. But, look, I'm just glad they ran the football, okay? I've been putting emphasis on running the football for I don't know how
We all
long.
have.
I'm just glad they actually ran the football. Look, everything else
Right.
everything else is irrelevant. You can clean it up because you won, but the fact that they ran the ball 42 times, I'm happy about it, my brother. I'm happy.
But this is what scares me about that, though. You know, we got a lot of injuries. So my fear is that when Michael Thomas comes back, Sean Payton is going to go back to that pass happy offense. Like that's not what's going to work, man. That's not going to happen. Because like once Michael, in my opinion, Michael Thomas is what keeps the offense rolling.
Right.
That 5-0 stretch was because of Michael Thomas and, in my opinion, Sean Payton not having faith in Teddy Bridgewater to zip the ball down the field. So that's why they ran the ball consistently.
Right.
Like you were saying about that cover 2 scheme with the defense, Dennis Allen was able to play comfortably like that because the defense didn't have all that pressure. They was able to make that 3rd and outs, and by running the ball, you keep the defense fresh. I mean, everybody knows that.
Yes.
Everybody knows that. But my fear is that this you're not going to get Trequan Smith going like he was going because Michael Thomas he's going to be dominant. He's going to get all the passes. And Sean Payton is probably going to force those slant routes or those out routes or those post routes. Yeah. And you just hope and pray that we just keep running the ball because I mean Ryan Ramczyk, he's going to be out for just a couple of days. He gonna heal.
Hopefully.
And Latavius, hopefully. But we're gonna say that he's gonna be healthy though.
Yeah. But
Latavius Murray, you know, the guy is running hard, man. He's getting 5 yards, 10 yards. If he catches the ball for like a flat out route or a flat route, he's gonna get additional yards because they can't stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And Alvin Kamara, that dude's lazy, man. Like he's not. That contract got him dipping out, man. He could get like 5 extra yards, and he's just going out of bounds.
I mean, but look, I feel like that. But I have to say this though. I will say this. That last play to seal the deal on a halfback toss. Why did you run out of bounds? Like you had the first down. It was pretty easy. Like the last play before they actually took knees. You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was just stay in bounds. He had the first down. All he had to do was just slide. But that's just him, man. I mean, he's not gonna fight for extra yards if he don't have to. He's trying to save himself, you know. Like even like when he caught the ball, you know, he had like 4 defenders on him at one time. He just fell down to the ground. I mean, sometimes you gotta take that L, man. I mean, I guess that's not his game being, you know, Marion Barber, Earl Campbell back in the day in the 70s or something. I guess he feel like he's important to his team, man. He got to stay healthy. So,
running backs are like considered expendable, bro.
Yeah,
and he's not your average running back. So I can understand that he don't want to die. Yeah, because like Latavius Murray is like 3. I think he's like twice as big as him or 3 times. So.
Right. I like the way he does. I like the way he does it because I think he has a pulse on it. Like. If he just didn't, like, if the game was like on the line and he did it, I would question it. But it's like the team was winning. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He caught the ball, he got the first down. Fine, you know what I'm saying? But if I've seen times where the team is actually losing, he need to turn it up and try to fight for extra yards, he does. So I'm not gonna knock him for that. You know, I think he picks his battles pretty well. But I didn't like the fact that he went out of bounds. You know, after he got that first down, he should have kept the clock running. You know, it would have made the game be over quicker. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? It might cost you, you know what I'm saying, opportunity. You might have to end up punting back to a team with a few seconds left versus actually working the clock out. Yeah, so man. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for your commentary. Call back anytime.
No problem, man. Take it easy.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, man. I didn't like that. I wish he would have stayed in bounds, but I mean, overall, I don't think we can really critique or criticize anything Alvin Kamara doing right now. I mean, this dude is like another level type good right now. Like he is clearly the front runner for Offensive Player of the Year right now. Thank you very much for the $5, Tim. He says, TJ, did you see even Emmanuel Sanders say that he never seen a team flag like this from the refs? Yeah, I seen that. I seen it. And he right. I mean, at this time, man, it's almost like it's laughable how they treat the Saints. Jerry, what's going on, man?
What's going on, TJ?
Hey, what's going on, man? We got that dub, man. What you think about it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you, TJ. Because first of all, from last night when I heard about that Michael Burton being tested for the COVID-19,
right?
We were nearly this close not to play today, almost.
Right. Yeah.
But when I woke up earlier this morning, and they said that the test was negative, we were good. We were good to go. But to be honest with you, but so that's good news. That's part one. Number two, I was glad we came into this game because at first I thought we were down 14-0. I said, "Oh Lord, no! Don't tell me we're gonna go to 1-3. Don't tell me that."
Right.
But when the Saints start storming back, coming back, and scored 28 points going into halftime, I was shocked. I was real shocked, man. But the second half, that really almost had me nervous.
Right.
Especially with these penalties, these dumb penalties. And Lord knows we hate the referees, man. They just hot garbage, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They ticket tag, and it seems like they got something out on the Saints. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
Yes, but also I heard you said that we ran the ball almost over 40 times today.
42 times, man. 42 times.
See, now, just like you said right there, we've been preaching about this even before the season started. We have to run the football.
Yes, man.
You said, and you said it clearly, TJ. We ran the football. That's why we ran 42 times today.
Yep. And that's why we was able to control the time of possession. That's the reason why the defense, was playing like fresh, because you weren't throwing the ball all over the place, causing 3 and outs, being behind the 8 ball on second and third down. So yeah, this was the recipe, and honestly, this should always be the recipe for the New Orleans Saints, because it also helps, like the way that Drew Brees threw the ball down the field today. The fact, it wasn't the fact that he was completing these passes. It was the fact that teams couldn't stack 7 and 8 in the box no more. They couldn't, because if you stack 7 or 8 in the box, now Drew Brees is throwing over your head. You got to accommodate for it. So that was the reason why all the lanes were wide open. And then in the second half, you seen like a drop off in it, because Matt Patricia made the adjustments after halftime to load the box to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to risk the pass in order to stop the run. So that's why you seen bunches in the defense, 7 and 8 in the box. But the Saints had a good game plan, and I would wish that they would actually apply this game plan every single week somehow. The Saints right now, to me, are a better running team than they are a passing team, because the running game for the last couple of weeks, ever since like the running game for the New Orleans Saints has been like one of the best things about this team. Like in the 4 weeks, the running game has been the best. They just haven't been utilizing it. But But Jerry, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it, my brother. You already know, man. Call back anytime, OG.
I appreciate you more, TJ, and you just keep on doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man.
Got you, man. You always bring something to the table, to the podcast, and that's what I love about you, man. Because before from the OG, the original genius, to you, hey, when you bring something New Orleans Saints related, I know you're gonna give it your 100%.
Got to, man.
That's why we love about you. That's why you are at 100% the host.
Yes, sir.
Of the State of the Saints podcast. And that's what I love about you, bro.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate those kind words, Jerry. Call back anytime, man.
Anytime, man. You take care. Just enjoy this win.
All right, will do, man. Will do. Hey, man, I'm gonna go to Brian, man. Brian, what's going on, man?
How are you?
Hey, how you doing, man? Brian is always in the comments, always with the great questions, always dropping them bombs, man. Brian, what you think about this game, man? What you think about the Saints getting that victory today?
At first, I'm like, oh man, here we go again. They were down 40. I'm like, he's probably throwing his hat at the TV. and then when they started playing better, I said, oh man, it's getting better.
Yeah, man, I was happy about that. I was excited. But what do you think about Drew Brees this game, man? I mean, throwing the ball down the field. You know, man, you've been in the comments, you've been in the chat. You know, people have been very critical of that, man. What you thought about Drew Brees today? How do you think he played?
I think he played a lot better than he's been playing for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. I mean, I think he played really, really well. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, over 200 yards, and it seemed like he wasn't afraid to throw the ball down the field. So do you think that the Saints would be able to, be able to take this game and maybe go into the next game and build on this momentum? What you think about that?
It's going to be a tough one for them because it's going to be real tough.
Yeah.
Well, Chargers. It's going to be Chargers are, I'm not saying they're a good team, but they're like a good matchup. It's going to be like a good battle.
Yeah, man, I think that it is. I mean, I think they lost today against the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken, but they were up in that game. So they played them tough, man, and they were, it got a little ugly towards the end, but they did a really good job. But Brian, man, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow's gonna be funny.
Yeah, man.
Tomorrow's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
watching the Stinkies lose.
Yeah, man. I hope so, man. But Brian, thank you so much, man. Thank you for all your comments.
Mind me asking.
What'd you say?
Who's on your T-shirt?
Oh, that's my son, man. That's Paxton. That's Paxton
okay.
on my T-shirt. It's an animated version of him, man. That's my son, man. But Brian,
I was watching. I'm like, this seems over, and all of a sudden he's back. I'm like, I can't believe it.
I think a lot of people felt that way, man. When they went down 14-0, everybody kind of rolled their eyes. They're like, man, well,
I can't believe Cleveland beat Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. I think the Dallas Cowboys, to me, I don't think they want to pay Dak, and I would not be surprised if they're trying to tank for Trevor Lawrence. So
one guy on the sports channel, he said that he had Tampa Bay 13-3 versus Baltimore Ravens 16-0. I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah, and you see how that went, huh? I mean, Baltimore got blew out last week. Yeah, but Brian, thank you so much, man. Call back anytime.
Where's your brother? I knew you have your brother come on here.
Yeah, man, my brother, I don't know where he is. I don't know. He should be in the chat pretty soon. I'm pretty sure he's going to call in.
EJ, if you want here and talk to you.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Yeah, EJ, man, if you're in the chat, man, you can always just call in, and I'll give you the link. Brian, appreciate it, man.
Yep. See you later,
all right. We're going to move on, man, to Optimus Grind, man. Optimus, what's going on, man?
What's happening, TJ, man? Who that?
Yeah, who that, man? What's going on with you, man? What you got for me?
Man, I just it's amazing how well a team can play when you just get down to the fundamentals. Run the football, be smart with it. And it's just, like you said, it's a real good formula. And I've been saying, like, as long as you can protect Drew and you running the ball, I feel like we have, a top 3 team.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying we number 1, but I mean, we definitely top 3 when we're clicking on all cylinders, just by the amount of all the talent that we have.
Right.
And the fact that we was able to pull this win off without that talent says a lot, even though the Detroit Lions aren't really, the creme de la creme or anything like that, but it's still a good win against a conference opponent.
Yeah. Look, like you just hit the nail on the head with your last statement. It was a conference opponent, and it was very important for the Saints to win this football game. And look, I'll take it any way I can, because I don't buy into that whole, man, this team ain't good, that team ain't good. Look, you beat the team that's in front of you, okay? That's all that matters. I don't care about who they played against, because I'm pretty sure all of the people had the Dallas Cowboys beating the Cleveland Browns. I'm pretty sure they did, but the Cleveland Browns spanked around the Dallas Cowboys. So you can't just go about what people actually say and what it looks like on paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just happy they got the victory, man, and I'm glad that I've seen some good things, and hopefully they can build off this momentum.
So let me ask you this: do you think that Sean Payton will look at the film and see how successful we are against the run, and actually like game plan to make more games to be where it's back. Because I felt like the biggest thing with this game, we were balanced. The defense played better without key starters, which was an interesting thing for me. But it just goes to show you, like, scheme over team. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just amazing that no one player can make the team that much better. So it's like, I feel like this should definitely be a formula that we have going forward, and I would really be surprised if we don't continue doing this. Like, we don't need Drew. I heard the announcer say something about the competition between Brees and Tom Brady, and it's like, we don't need to hit it. We don't really care about that as Saints fans. He broke them records. We glad he did it.
Right.
We need to win ball games, because them records don't mean shit if he don't get no Super Bowl.
Yep. Good point. I can care less. I don't care about any of that stuff. The only thing that I care about is them boys getting that dub. I don't care about no records or nothing like that. I don't care. That's for the media to write about. I care about them winning a football game. That's what matters to me, Optimus.
Yeah, how you think that tackle played? That's the only last question I got. I think he came in and did decent, but we can't run behind him.
Oh no, man. I mean, look, I think that he would have played much better with some reps in practice, but just getting thrown into the game is kind of tough for him, especially being a young guy. So I didn't expect for him to go out there and ball out, man. I mean, he did the best he could for the situation he was in. I mean, he's not Ryan Ramczyk, you know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna block like him. So Ramczyk was definitely missed. He was definitely missed in this game.
Yeah, Trequan. Shout out to Trequan. Game too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Man, the best game I've seen him play.
I got one last question. So, are you winning in fantasy football now since you started Matthew?
Yeah, man. I mean, he still put up some good points. He still put up about 25 points. So yes, I am happy. I'm very satisfied I started Matthew Stafford, man. So I mean, he still gave me some points, so I'm not mad at that at all. Right. But Optimus, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Optimus, man. Good dude right there. I think my big brother EJ is trying to get in here. I'm trying to see if I can send him the link really quick, folks. Trying to get my brother on the line. I'm gonna go ahead and take some more phone calls. But man, I appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying, for being a part, of the podcast. Everybody's calling in. We go to Iceman. Iceman, what's going on, man?
Yo, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Y'all make sure that y'all check out Iceman T video he just posted not too long ago, man. But Iceman, what you thought about the game?
Oh yeah, man. I thought it was a very interesting game, man. I was enjoying watching it. I like the theatrics, the back and forth. I thought the team, it was a good moral victory when, just to boost the morale and stuff like that, with all that was going on, the losing and the whispers about was the locker room, had some type of stuff going on in it or whatever. But I thought it was a good win. I was happy to see Drew, attempt to put the ball downfield and he was doing this thing. Now that's the good part. The bad part is Marcus Williams, man. I know that this guy is a fan favorite. I know that he gets interceptions. I know I ride on Marcus Williams every chance I get. Right. I have people get on me, tell me, he's a ball hawk. I get that.
Right.
But I'm tired of seeing this dude getting blown up at the goal line, man. I'm tired of seeing this dude getting blown up, dragged on tackles and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need that energy. You know what I'm saying? We need, I was watching these last couple games. Mm-hmm. Did you see what Jonathan Abrams was doing? Did you see how he was like a cannon? Like he was shot out of a cannon.
Right.
Why can't Marcus Williams do that? That's my only question.
Because he's not wired that way, Iceman. Like some guys are just finesse guys at their position. Then you got guys who are headhunters, that play the game with reckless abandon. And Marcus Williams is more of a finesse safety. He'll catch the ball if it comes in the vicinity, turn over the ball. But he's not one of those guys that just like to tackle. That's just not his strong suit. I mean, I just think that I already said it. You know, I know he's not coming back to the team next year. He's not. You know, it's pretty obvious. You know who you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? The same salary cap and all. He's not coming back. So his best bet is to put the best product he possibly can on the field to put himself in a position to make some more money for the New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real.
I agree.
Because that's most likely we're going to end up with the Jets.
I do have one last question. I'm gonna get on out the way. I think it was interesting. I don't know if it was the last caller or the caller before, but they were hinting at, do you think Sean Payton would stay consistent with the balance of the offense? And I thought that was really interesting because his track record, like if we're looking at his track record, we don't have anything to go off to have faith that he would continue this. You know what I'm saying? Right. He seems to, you know, run like how he did in 2017, ran the ball down the Bills' throat, and then he was throwing the ball all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you think that he would stick to this after seeing how much success he had? Or do you think when he gets all of his pieces back on the chessboard, he'd start throwing the ball all over the place?
Well,
I'll leave on that note.
Well, Ice, man, I appreciate it, man. I'll answer your question, man. But thank you very much for the call. But yeah, seriously, man, I hope so. I mean, this blueprint right here is showing me that this is what you need to do. Like, you need to run the football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been watching a lot of Saints football when Sean Payton has been the coach. I don't think I ever missed a game, to be honest with you. I don't think I ever seen the Saints run the ball 42 times in a game. Maybe you saw it, but I didn't. I never seen Sean Payton run the ball 42 times, but I'm happy he did. And you got to be a fool not to follow this blueprint right now. It's not like you just played the Detroit Lions and you was gashing them. Like, you was gashing the Packers last week. You know, like you was really getting success against the Raiders the week before that. So I don't understand like why they just don't commit to the run. You got to be patient, man, and continuously run the football. And I was glad, you know, when Alvin Kamara would get stopped on, you know, and he'll lose a yard, or Latavius Murray will lose a yard, he still was trying to run the ball. And that's what I got an appreciation for. I got an appreciation for the fact that he decided to run a football, and that's all that mattered to me. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing all right, my man. It's Rob, bro. Let you know I'm working from home on COVID, on these COVID times. I got to make this a little quick, you know.
Right.
Those flags against Anzalone was bogus, bro.
Yeah, man, it was tough.
You know, I see them when I see them referees, bro. It's gonna be me and them, bro, with them bogus calls. but Ramsack, you know, he's that dude on that line, bro. I see why the Saints draft the lineman just about every draft pick, bro, because we can't seem to keep him healthy. But that dude, he's the truth, man. He literally is the truth. Because when he went down, our run game went down. You know.
Yep.
So, and I do hope, Sean, you know, he continues with the balanced offense, bro, because the run game keeps it honest, keep the defense fresh on the whole 9 yards. I used to take up for P.J. Williams and Marcus Williams. I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah,
I literally used to take up for them, bro, because I understand he's an athlete the whole 9 yards, but that PI he got, that was an uncatchable ball. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, that was some, like, every pass interference call that happened on the Saints today was questionable as hell. Like, that's just the truth. Like, ticket tag at its best. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and I do hope the distribution of the ball improves, because you see we got Sanders and Smith. They played a real good game today.
Yeah,
and I hope that continues once Thomas gets back. And Callaway, I watched him at Tennessee a few games, you know, watching the SEC and stuff. But I think he's the truth as well. He just needs to be used just like the rest of them. So I'm going to go on and get back to work, because I took a break just to get on this call. You know what I'm saying? So
appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate that, though, man.
And just like the other caller said, bro, you know, I'm a lot older too. Don't let the look fool you. You know what I mean? And I appreciate what you do too, because I'm in Texas. I'm in cowboy country, and I talk about them clowns every chance I get. So when we lose, oh, bro, it was on me. You know, but it's all good, all fun. But you know,
what part of Texas you in? What part of Texas you in, man?
I'm right outside Austin.
Okay, man. I stayed in Dallas for about 5 years, man. So I know what you're talking about. I stayed in Dallas for like 5 years, man. So I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah,
I know
exactly. So, but I was looking for a podcast too, and I ran across yours, and I think this is like my second time calling you or something like that. And I'm impressed, bro. I like what you're doing, bro. I really do.
I
Kind of sound
appreciate
like
that, man.
me and my friends, bro. I be going off, you be going off.
Hey, man, I'm passionate about the team, man. So I'm definitely gonna give everybody my all every time I get behind this mic. But I appreciate it, man. You get back to work, man. Go ahead and make that thriller, man. Make that thriller, man.
So let me go.
All right. Take it easy. That dude, man. Was good. Hey, man, appreciate the call. Who that Davis? What's going on, man? How you doing? Who that Davis, man? What's going on? Can you hear me?
What's going on, TJ, my dude?
Hey, bro. Man, nothing much, man. So we thought about the game.
Yeah, bro. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
TJ?
Can you hear me?
All right. So basically, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Man, we having a little technical difficulty. Hey, who that? I think something wrong with your connection. Just hang up and click the link again, my brother. Don't let you just hang up and click the link again, man, because I'm having little issues hearing you. Mo, what's going on, man?
What up, PJ? EJ.
Hey, what's going on, man? I see you riding, man. You're riding, so you know what I'm saying. What you think about that Saints victory?
I'm happy, but I'm a little disappointed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I think we're a playoff team, but I think we're gonna have 3 battles that we always have to battle every single playoff. I think we're gonna have to battle within ourselves because I don't think Sean Payton gonna stick with the run. I think we're gonna have to battle with the refs to play a damn near perfect game, and I think we're gonna have to have a battle with the football guards as far as health go because it ain't looking too good right now as far as health go. And I hope later on down the line we can all just be healthy within these playoff games.
Right. I hope so too, man. These refs getting a little bit out of control for me. I still think there's some things the Saints just got to clean up, man. Defensively, I feel like they need to be able to get stops on third down where they matter most. And I just think they need a little bit more consistency when it comes to, just tackling and stuff like that. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I think he had his best game this season. I seen he had some crucial stops. He was guarding those sticks. There was one play in particular, man. I think the Detroit ran an end around. And if he didn't tackle that dude down to the ground, that dude would have hit his head on the goalpost. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson had his best game in the Saints uniform. Clearly, Patrick Robinson had one of his best games. And I just think that the running game, they need to put more emphasis on that right now. I really think so, man. I think the running game is going to get the Saints where they need to be because the way that this defense is structured, you can't have them on the field, on several different snaps. You gotta eliminate some of the drives that the defense is on the field. Like seriously, if you run the football, control the time of possession, you don't have to worry about your defense going out there getting tired. They're not good enough to go out here and get tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got that extra gift. So the way the Saints play today, run the ball 42 times, that's the key to victory going forward, and it should be the key going forward.
Yeah, I'm the same caller that called, and you had re-mentioned what I had said about I think Sean Payton need to take the offense and have it like the 49ers when they had 3 running back monster game they had, and they also was using plays with their playmaker Debo Samuels and stuff. I think we could do that with our 3 running backs if we put Washington a little bit more, but we don't really just need Washington, but we can still put the ball in Taysom's hands as far as catching it or doing some type of other play, because I don't think Taysom needs to be doing running play options anymore, because I think his team just caught on to that. Or he'll just make a bad decision.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I do think they need to put more emphasis on running the football, and I'm not mad at the whole San Francisco 49er blueprint that you're talking about, because
or we could just do the Teddy Bridgewater blueprint, you know what I'm saying? But just do it with Drew Brees, and he'll just make good decisions.
Right. It was kind of like that today, if you want to be honest. Like that's how they won that game in Chicago, by running the football and just allowing Teddy Bridgewater to make the right reads, when he was in those third and long situations. So they definitely did that.
Yeah, because if I'd have told you before the game, Drew Brees will have under 300 yardage, and we still score 35, you probably wouldn't have believed me. But we can still win a game without having these bombs that people want from Brees.
Right.
That for the last 3 years, even when he was throwing bombs, it still was coming up short.
Right.
He never throw it in stride with people a lot.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a good point. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You call back anytime, man. Be careful on that road, my brother.
All right, thanks.
All right, take it easy. Hey, man, I'm going now to my big brother EJ Jones. Saints get that victory 35-29.
I think this got RKO.
We've been doing for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? I hear my nephew and my sister-in-law in the background. But what do you think about this victory, man? They did something that we wanted them to do for a while, and that's run the football. What do you think about the Saints victory here?
I mean, we'll see what kind of growth they have if they go the next week when they play the Chargers and do the same thing, because the Chargers got a real good defense. I mean, they ran the ball. Seemed like they stuck with it. Had me kind of nervous when it was down 14-0. I turned from the game. The Lions had scored. I think I turned to the Carolina Cardinals game. Yeah, and then the Lions was going in for another touchdown. I'm like, man, what's going on? So it seemed like they got their legs under themselves like in that second quarter. So I think going forward, believe it or not, I think this might be the best game the defense played all season other than that Tampa Bay game or whatever. And we did it with, third and fourth string cornerbacks or whatever. I think Patrick Robinson had a real good game. He probably had the best game he had since being back with the Saints. I can't crawl him. I mean, we ain't heard his name, so he did pretty good. And the defense played. I think they played pretty good. Thing about it is, I mean, we got to be consistent. I mean, it's time. It's October now. It's time to start springing together some wins. We got the Chargers, then we got that bye, much needed bye. Hopefully, we get Michael Thomas. Most likely, they're gonna probably keep him out another week, and probably come back after that bye, or whatever, so to make sure he's 100%. I mean, I ain't even sweating that. The most concerning thing to me is Ryan Ramczyk. Yeah, I mean, I think he listed as a concussion, so most likely he won't play next week either. So we have to see if we can get back Lattimore and Pete and all of those other guys or whatever. But as long as he's not hurt long term, I think we'll be all right. We're still in the middle of the NFC South. I mean, even though Tampa Bay is in first place now, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. I worry about getting healthy, rallying on defense, and seeing if we can run the ball more on a weekly basis. Like I said, if we can run for 150 yards every game, I think we'll win 80-90% of our games. So if we could do that every week, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I think that they did a really good job. I wonder, like, if the Saints would have been, they would have had some of their starters on offense and defense, would they have played this type of game? But I'm just excited that we actually saw this, and I'm glad to know that they can actually run the football, ran the ball 42 times, controlled the time of possession, and played some okay defense. I ain't gonna say it was some good defense. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? They got the job done.
Yeah.
The Truth Hurt. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, PJ? How y'all doing?
Going all right, man. What you got?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see the game today. I had some stuff to do this morning, but based off of what I was listening to on the radio, I thought Drew Brees played well, and I was one of his big guy criticizing him so far this season, but I thought he played well. And like you guys been saying, that if the offense can just keep sustaining drives, running the football, and moving the chains that way, I think it will help the defense out and Drew Brees a lot. And we wouldn't have all that pressure on Drew Brees to rely on his arm. But if they, like you say, it all boils down to coaching too. Like, we just need Sean Payton to just keep the consistency in his offense play calling with what he did today. I think if we can keep that up, and I definitely would think that we can still I still think we can win a division if we keep this consistency going forward. If we just keep this on a consistent basis, I think that we can actually be NFC South champions again, because honestly, Tampa Bay don't put no fear in me like that. I just think we just need to play New Orleans Saints football, and that includes running the ball, sustaining drives, and moving those chains, and build a defense out a lot. And if that keeps up, even when MT13 comes back and we get all our other guys back healthy, I think we're in good hands.
Yeah, I think there's going to be. I think that as long as the Saints continuously run the football and put emphasis on trying to get pressure on the quarterbacks, I think they should be okay, man. I think that they have to play complementary football for this lacking defense. That's just the truth, man. This defense is lacking right now. I think that the fact that they were running the football and controlling the time of possession, and some of those drives were long, it made the defense fresh all game. And not to mention, Thomas Morstead, he punted for the first time in the fourth quarter. So everything that you need to know right there, that the team offense was able to sustain drives. And I think that was very important. But the truth hurts, man. Thank you so much for your commentary, brother. You already know, man. You can call back anytime.
I got you. You guys have a good one, man.
You too, man. Yeah, man. That's the recipe for success, man. That's some throwback football they played today.
Man, we've been saying this for I don't know how long now. How long we've been saying the Saints need to run the ball? Man, and you said they ran the ball to the tune of 42. Saints got the kind of offense that you look at their line, they got like 2 or 3 Pro Bowlers.
Right.
They got the kind of offense. If they choose to run the ball, who gonna stop them? Not too many teams in the league got bodies like up front or whatever to really stop a run like that. And the Saints, a lot of the offensive linemen built to run the football pretty much.
Yep.
So that's what they need to try to like he said some nice things. Basically, Sean Payton need to be consistent with his play call. Now this game he ran 42 times. That's the recipe pretty much. Drew Brees don't need to be throwing the ball 35, 40, 50 times no more. If they can run the ball around 30 to 40 sometimes plus, I think they're going to win a whole lot of games. They'll save injuries. They'll eat up clock. They hold the ball longer. Teams won't have the ball as long as they have the ball. So, I think it's all good. Today should be a microcosm of how the whole season should be going.
Yep. Yeah, I think that they should definitely build on this momentum. This recipe right here has shown over the past couple years that they've used it. I've seen it with Teddy Bridgewater, that when you run the football and you only count on your quarterback to throw the ball when need to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Drew Brees was just throwing the ball all over the place today. He wasn't, He was throwing the ball down the field to keep the defense honest. And, it opened up lanes for Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray to eat. Quinn, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? What you think about that Saints victory?
Man, I've been waiting on it, man. It actually feel good this time,
Yeah.
Like I told you the first time, they was just them getting the rust off, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no preseason, so we ain't had a chance to get rid of the things and fix the things we need to fix before the real season starts.
Mm-hmm.
We in a good spot right now. You seen Sanders do his little thing today.
Right.
Finally stepped up. Finally.
Yeah.
He not a waste at this point.
Right.
Patrick came in the clutch. We just the only thing we gotta really fix is our flags, man. I'm tired of that, man. That's the only thing that really be killing us the most is them flags.
Right.
We can't never get through. And then the ones that we supposed to get, they don't give us.
Yep.
So that's the biggest problem is just our flags. Once we get that situated, man, we're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good, man. Like I said, we only lost 2 games. That ain't nothing. They can have them 2 games. Cause best of the beginning than the end.
Yeah.
If you play football, you already know that's something your coach will always tell you. Lose in the beginning than the end. Cause it means more in the end than the beginning.
Yeah. I think they did a good job. I think that the Saints in the first half did an outstanding job. I think they made the adjustments and they were on pace to drop 50 on these boys.
You know what's crazy? That's the crazy thing. You can tell once they took the feet off the gas. Like you seen they didn't care no more about trying to go too hard. Because we see how I look at it, I think they doing based on we got a bye week coming up after the Charger game, right? So I feel like the way they setting the game up, they set it up different than how everybody else. They trying to start off slow and just getting a rhythm because they know once. That's like with Thomas and all them. He could have played today, but why would you want to play him? You got a whole bye week coming. Let everybody let everybody rest, let everybody get right. So once it's time to really get into the game, it's over. No excuses. Everybody had their injuries. Everybody had their little breaks they can take. They got roughed up. Then you come back. Then you ain't gonna never lose. Man, you good.
Right.
And you see what doing here today.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people owe it. I feel like a lot of people owe them apologies because everybody keep talking about Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill haven't been doing nothing since they actually get a chance to really do something. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like you should see it as they were just proving everybody wrong. Base. I feel like this is one of them games they're just showing everybody to just shut up and let us do what we do, basically.
Yeah. Well, they got that old saying. You know what I'm saying? They say, once is a coincidence, or two is a trend. You know what I'm saying? Like so. If you want to get the monkey off your back, you got to be consistent, man. So this was a good showing today, but you got a Monday night game. You know what I'm saying? You got an extra day, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you have, your guys in the lineup. That's a good thing. Ram check, hopefully he can pass concussion protocol.
Yeah.
You might get Michael Thomas back. I mean, we seen Drew Brees come back a game before the bye week. So, I mean,
right, we don't need him right now. Let him.
I know. I know that. I know it. You know it. But I'm saying we didn't need Drew Brees when Teddy Bridgewater was on a 5-game winning streak, but he showed up against Arizona right before the bye week. So I feel like, you don't need him, but you might end up seeing him in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just the way the Saints operate. I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't, but
I keep him out. See him. It's a whole different ball game because it's up to him too though. So he probably be like, I'm trying to eat, man. I'm losing my rank right now. So he probably be like, I'm just trying to play.
Right.
But at the end of the day, still good though, regardless of what happened. But we gonna if he even come back, they're just gonna show everybody what the Saints really gonna do if he do come back against the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? That's all they're gonna prove.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he gonna end up coming back. And honestly, as far as his rank is concerned, nobody can replace Michael Thomas, Quinn. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call. Just call back anytime, my brother.
All right,
take it easy. Yeah, man. I don't think Michael Thomas had no issue with nobody taking his spot. I mean,
nobody getting that.
Yeah, if anything, I don't know if you heard this, but I said this might have been a blessing in disguise, him being injured. Because it gave the Saints, it forced the Saints to be able for Drew Brees and Emmanuel Sanders and Trequan Smith to get like some type of chemistry going. Would they have the same type of chemistry if Michael Thomas was playing? So that's something that I thought about.
It kind of forced Drew Brees to get out of that comfort zone, that security blanket, knowing he got Michael Thomas out there, big number 13, that's probably going to catch 9 out of 10 of your passes or whatever. And Trequan Smith had himself a day-to-day. I mean, he looking better and better every week. And that might be because of Michael Thomas. The injury to Michael Thomas and a lot of stuff that's happening to the Saints, I mean, I kind of see it all as like a benefit, to be honest. I mean, we all talked about Drew Brees' home strength is. Seemed like they throwing the ball. We always talked about, and they need to run the ball. He ran the ball 42 times today. I mean, so a lot of what's happening to him, I mean, you can look at it as being positive. You're giving other players a chance to, catch the ball, make some playing time and everything. And about the defense, it's like a league-wide epidemic right now. And nobody's in the league really playing like strong defense. I mean, you look around the league,
that's true.
No team really playing strong defense.
I
mean, I want to say the average game of the winning team is like, I want to say like 35 points or something like that. So everybody like scoring points.
Right.
But it's like you have to make that one stop where it counts. If that's what it comes down to, your defense need to try to make that, and you need to get turnovers. So the Saints need to, I'm thinking now on the scratch, they need to get at least 1 or 2 turnovers a game and run the ball 30 to 40 times to be successful. The Sean Payton record in October and November is like real good. They don't lose too many games in the last 3 or 4 years in October and November. So.
Yeah, I think that I think as long as they put emphasis on this running game, man, You know what I'm saying? He don't get too stubborn. You know what I'm saying? To a point where he want to go back to doing the same thing he's been doing once these guys start to slowly get back. But I really truly believe that Michael Thomas being out helped the Saints out because it made Sean Payton open up his bag. It made Drew Brees open up his bag, and the defense benefit from it, no doubt about that. And the offense benefits from it as well. Josh, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I just got here, so forgive me if some of this ground has already been covered, but and I only got to see some of the game, but this is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like when the last time I called in, I said Drew Brees will eventually get it together, but then he'll start getting tired after like game 10 or 11. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is so I'm hoping we don't see the Drew Brees that we saw in the first couple of games at the end of the season because his body is old and tired or whatever, right?
Right.
But if they do what they did today and just basically run it down everybody's throat like each game, then Drew will have enough left in the tank. And like Drew can still throw the deep ball as long as he only has to do it a few times a game.
Yes.
You know, and that's exactly what Brady did his last year in the Patriots. It was all dink and dunk, running, all that. But he threw it down the field three or four times a game. And every time it was a surprise because you didn't expect him to do it. And Drew can do that, man. Drew still has it. If all he has to do is throw it downfield 3 or 4 times a game, he can do it and be accurate. And just depend on the run. And then the only thing is that if we depend completely on the run, our defense is going to close in on us like they've been doing because all we do is throw slants. You know what I'm saying? And then they can basically muffle our run because I don't think Latavius is good enough to carry the team by himself. I mean, he's not Barry Sanders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And he's not Derrick Henry. But I mean, if they get Ty Montgomery more involved and stuff, and they get do the 3-back thing like San Francisco was doing last year, and just depend on your run with the occasional pass, and we've got our ticket to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Another thing I wanted to cover as far as like the cornerback play. Now you could say that the corners played well because it was the Lions or whatever, right? But the thing is that those corners used to play like crap even against bad teams. So obviously they showed some improvement, and you could say the same thing with Trequan Smith. You could say Trequan was eating off a bad Lions defense, but Trequan used to perform bad even against bad defenses. So he's obviously improving. So if Trequan keeps this up and we depend on the run and our defense tightens up, we've got our ticket to the Super Bowl. That's my opinion of the matter.
Yeah, I mean, all great points, Josh. I mean, you ain't about to get a disagreement from me with that. I think that they keep that same energy. And we talk about arm fatigue for Drew Brees because they've been throwing the ball all over the place. But if you help him out by running the football and having those 3 running back sets and have Drew Brees throw like on, 3rd down, 2nd down, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like mix it up just a tad bit, but don't have him throwing the ball all over the place. That's a recipe for success, man. Like you ain't got to go out here scoring 40 points, 50 points. I mean, they put emphasis on the run game today, Josh. And if Ramczyk would have went out, I guarantee you they would have dropped 50 on him. They would have dropped 50 on him. Like that's the only reason why, because Ramczyk is so important. And when he went out, the young rookie that came in, I mean, he just not Ryan Ramczyk, man. I mean, he was way over his head. And the guy that was guarding, Ramczyk was guarding, I mean, he was getting pressure on Drew Brees when Ramczyk was in the game. So imagine what he's doing with a guy who's nowhere near the talent level of Ryan Ramczyk. So I think that definitely helped the Detroit Lions come back into this game, because if he would have stayed in, there was no chance. Like this game wouldn't have been close, man. Wouldn't have been close.
I mean, and we do need Ramczyk for the Super Bowl. I mean, we're not getting there without him. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how good Kamara is or Drew is or anything. Ramczyk is basically, I mean, nobody says this, but he's basically what the team is built around right at this particular moment in time when you really think about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's all I had for you. But you can still, like he did today, he can do this once every 3 or 4 games where he throws all over the field.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just depend on the run, 3 games out of every 4. And that's our ticket right there.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely our ticket, man. And I just hope that they can actually build on this momentum, man. Look at this tape and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We definitely going to apply this going forward. But Josh, thank you very much for calling in, and thank you for your $2 donation. I seen that as well, my brother. Call back anytime, man.
All right, I'll call back in a couple minutes. No, I'm just kidding. You said anytime. See you later, bud.
Hey, Josh, man, my guy. They put a lot of emphasis on the running game. And we also seen Drew Brees throw the ball down the field consistently, man. We seen him actually push the ball down the field and get a lot of guys involved, man. So what do you think about Drew Brees in this game? I didn't really hear you talk about that. What do you think about him pushing that ball down the field and showing the world, man, I still can throw the ball past 15 yards?
I mean, you could pretty much tell that him and Emmanuel Sanders got together after some of these practices. Might have came in early in the morning or whatever to look at some film and run some routes. I mean, you could tell because where they was in game 1 to where they are now. I mean, I want to say Sanders had 8 or 9 catches today. So it sure look like they're on the same page. And I'm glad they're on the same page going into, after this week 4, because remember, we really needed Emmanuel Sanders to step up. We needed Trequan Smith to step up. Right. So now we have 2 other legitimate targets, or 3 if you add Kamara, other than Michael Thomas. You need that because when you play good teams, they're gonna take your best player away. Everybody gonna double team Michael Thomas. They might try to double team Kamara. Right. So you need trusted targets that you need to go to.
Right.
And it seemed like Trequan Smith, it seemed like he's finally got his legs on him. I want to say he got like 3 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
No, I'm talking about it for the season. So he got like 3 or something like So I mean, he seemed to be getting more and more reliable. I mean, you already know Emmanuel Sanders' record is. You already know his. Right. So I think Drew Brees, he was Drew Brees today. I mean, no, you're not going to see 40, 50-yard passes, but he got the ball downfield. I mean, he got the people. Lions pressure wasn't like the Tampa Bay pressure, but at the same time, he got the ball where it was supposed to be. He wasn't checking down Charlie this week.
Oh, no, he definitely wasn't. You know what I'm
He
saying?
actually got the ball downfield.
Charlie, man. You know what I'm saying? he would downfield Downey today. Downfield Downey. You know what I'm saying? He went check down Charlie. Yeah, but look, man, I think Drew Brees threw a really good pass, man. That pass he threw to Alvin Kamara was amazing.
Yes,
man,
perfect.
I mean, the corner was like right there, and all Alvin Kamara did was like at the last minute put his hand up, right in his hand. Like, I mean, look, Drew Brees. I mean, there was a difference in his game, man. I was joking around at halftime. I said it's like Marty Schottenheimer when he was looking at the Cleveland Browns back in the 80s. He was like, "There's a gleam." He was like, "Go get the gleam." You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what Drew Brees had in his eyes, man. He had that gleam in his eyes. I mean, he heard us talking, man. He know what people saying about him. He heard about the air yards, man. He heard about him being checked down, Charlie. He heard all the talk. You know what I'm saying? So he went out there and he turned back the clock. You know, so like I said, but I really just feel like they just need to start throwing the football still, man. I mean, running the football, excuse me, and throwing the football when they have to. But the fact that he was throwing the ball down the field, I mean, it just opened up endless possibilities for the running game. Because you got to respect Drew Brees' ability to get the ball down the field, you know what I'm saying, to people. If he's getting the ball down the field to people, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, you got to look at the fact that, okay, we got to change some things up, and it's going to open up those lanes. And that's the reason why the Saints were so successful running the football today. Is it me, or does it seem like there has been more injuries league-wide this year than any other year in NFL history? Yeah, that's because of the lack of off-season activities, man. Those came off their couch and went to training camp.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so
no preseason, really no OTA. That was short. So, I mean, you don't get workout. You usually get about a month of workout with your team. You ain't get a month to do working out, you know, physicals done and all that other kind of stuff. You get months to get your body in shape. They ain't have months. It looked like they had about a month, maybe a few weeks, and then they started the year. So that's why you have all these injuries. It ain't just happening here; it's happening in college too.
Right.
I mean, you got college dudes. I mean, they getting hurt, but NFL dudes, man, they dropping like flies.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the barrel of attrition or whatever. That's what it's gonna be with Corona and with these injuries. But whoever got the healthiest team will look like they're gonna win a Super Bowl or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's true, E. And I think a lot of people don't really understand, like in the off season, man, these guys are going out here to masseuse. They're going out here, man. They're getting into these ice baths. And, you know what I'm saying? They get into that little chamber and stuff like that, where, you know what I'm saying, that freezes down to like negative 36 degrees. They're doing all these different things, you know what I'm saying? But you can't call your masseuse up during COVID-19 when everybody was on quarantine. Like, you can't go to the place where you can go up in here and get into the chamber and get in the ice tub and use some of the facilities that the team offers you, you know what I'm saying, throughout the off season. So these guys were just coming off the couch. I mean, maybe your wife would give you a you know what I'm saying, a foot rub or a back rub or something. You know what I'm saying? You might go up in there and go get the witch hazel, but that ain't good. That ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that boy see the witch hazel.
Oh, for real,
bringing
man.
out the reinforcement.
The flex off 454. You know what I'm saying? Like you're right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Icy hot. They might do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the same thing as a person that went to school for these things to make sure that they actually have you in game shape. So it's tough for these guys to go out here and perform at their high level like that, man, straight off the couch. So it's definitely not you, Johnny. That is a fact. The Truth Hurt says, I'm manning up to the criticism I was doing on our quarterback, Drew Brees. Look, Drew Brees is a good quarterback, man. He's a great quarterback. But I stand by my comments about him. I said he regressed, which he has. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has regressed. He's not the same quarterback he was when he was in his late 20s or early 30s. It's just facts. I'm not taking that back. He had a good game today. He was throwing the ball down the field. But I'm not going to take back what I said about Drew Brees because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people get things misconstrued when you start talking about Drew. When you say words like decline, it makes it seem like you're saying like he sucks and he no longer can play the position. He's not the same quarterback. I stand by my statement. He had a great game today. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, Drew Brees is still a good quarterback. I said this on countless occasions. Drew Brees put the Saints in the best position to win. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It is a fact. It definitely ain't Taysom Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, Taysom Hill has regressed this season. He has. He's regressed. You know? I mean, he had that good run towards the end of the game, but besides that, very little was done. So, Armstead, more important. Ryan, really hard to throw extra blockers on the weak side. Yeah, Armstead came back into the game, though. He got hurt, but he came back. But Ramczyk, he had that concussion. He did not come back. Derek says the game ball goes to Patrick Robinson, Trequan Smith, AK-41, Ryan Ramczyk, and David Onyemata. If I had to pick one of those guys, I would go with Trequan Smith. I would go Trequan Smith. Patrick Robinson had that good interception in the back of the end zone. That was good stuff. No doubt about it. The way that he you know what I'm saying, the way that he turned around, you know what I'm saying, he was able to get the ball over Hockenson. That was a good interception. But Trequan Smith, the catches that he made meant a lot. Because most of the catches that he made was game saving, the game saver on third down. You know what I'm saying? To seal the deal to help seal the deal for the Saints. And a couple of those passes that he caught, man, those were some man catches that he caught out there. So I would have to give it to Trequan Smith, man, because Trequan Smith is a guy that we criticize on so many occasions, man. Like, Trequan Smith has been low-hanging fruit, so to speak. I mean, everybody's been talking about this guy. Talking about he ain't got it, talking about he washed, need to go in a different direction. And it seems to me now that he's lined up on the outside, it seems like he's getting more confidence. And he has more confidence in his ability. And it's good to watch. It really is, man. Trequan Smith, look, we've been criticizing this man for a long time. I'm not going to look past that and not give this man his credit when he does some good things. What you think about Trequan Smith and his performance today?
I think, his performance was real good, and he probably should get the game ball. Yep. Here's the thing, though. We're going to take some catches away from Alvin Kamara. The last 3 years, he had 81 catches. I think that's too many probably for a running back, especially when we have capable wide receivers. And I'm thinking if we're going to take those away from Kamara, we got to give them to him or Emmanuel Sanders, because you just know Michael Thomas. Come on now, he ain't going to catch 149 more passes. Right. I mean, he crazy to believe that. At this point, he might not. Well, I think he's still going to maybe catch 100. But I think Trequan Smith, for him to be successful, I think he need to get 50 of those catches, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know what pace he at now, maybe around 10 or 12. Right. But I think he need at least 50 catches or whatever this season. I always like his speed and his length. Like 6'2", something like that. I could be wrong. Well, it seemed like he got some long arms. I mean, he got some good speed, and it seemed like he kept both of those end zone passes. He caught them with his hand. So that's always a good sign. So basically, if you're 6'2" and you're a wide receiver, I mean, that means pretty much you're taller than a lot of the cornerbacks that you're gonna be going against. So you can have a height advantage. So you can catch a lot of high balls or whatever. But I mean, I think going forward, we're gonna really need him. Getting out of October, going into like November or whatever, especially with the kind of schedule that we have. If anybody else fall off, he gonna have to be that person or whatever. You can look to Emmanuel Sanders because he's a veteran, but he's stepping up at the right time. When Michael Thomas go down, he's stepping up. This is when he's supposed to be stepping up. So I commend him for all this hard work that he's been doing.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Trequan Smith definitely turned the corner. He's my MVP of the day. No doubt about that. We are 500 now, man. What's going on?
Good, man. Good, man. You said earlier, we escaped this one.
Yeah, man, we escaped.
We had to do a lot better on pass defense. You know, we got some nasty stuff, about 3 or 4 times.
Right.
I mean, I think we should honestly switch to like a run first, pass second team because Latavius Murray and AK they handle the job.
Yeah.
Especially Alvin Kamara, he want to really take on the load.
Right.
Though I hadn't seen that much really, I need to really see like maybe it's just because we still early for the majority of the case, but I need to see Joker himself. He got turned up a bit. We hadn't really seen him really do that much in the past, but really that much at all.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, it's hard for us to hear you, man. I can't really hear you that well.
I'm sorry. What can I say? What else? What can I say? Trequan, he finally showed up. I mean, and he actually stepping up while he gets Mike out. So
yeah,
that's all we really can say. And what else we can say?
Yeah,
most of it, these injuries, man. Something serious.
Yeah, these injuries, man. I mean, it just happens. Like we were just discussing, me and EJ. It's just the fact that these guys don't have that off-season routine that they have, making sure that their body is in shape. I mean, you have to understand from March to about May or even early June, we were inside. We were inside. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go outside. You couldn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like Planet Fitness, you know what I'm saying, around this area just opened maybe like 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of these things that and routines and nutritionists and masseuse and all these people that these guys go see consistently couldn't come to their house. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking at on Instagram, like Alvin Kamara got his own personal chef. Lady come to his house and cook for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't have that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to keep his body right. They get women to be coming up in there, you know what I'm saying, guys coming up in there giving them massages and stuff like that. They can't do that. They can't do it. So it's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for you to try to maintain your body when you've been stationary all this time, man. So it's no surprise that these injuries happen, man. No doubt about that. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for your comments. Take it easy. Who that? Yeah, I mean, it's really no surprise. We talked about it. It's no surprise that these guys, you know, have been dealing with injuries, man. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if I see some more. I think they're gonna have some more coming up. No doubt about that. Trequan Smith been answering the bell so far this season. Yeah, Trequan Smith, we talked about that, Chemo. Definitely an MVP in my book today. Brianka says, look like Brees and Sanders found it clicked, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, they were on the same page. You say you thought that they probably stayed at the practice, put the extra work in. It showed. And, you know, I'm going to tell you one play that it really showed to me. It was a play when Drew Brees was under duress. Drew Brees pump faked the ball, you know what I'm saying, the defender jumped, and you seen Emmanuel Sanders run back, break off his route, and run back to Drew Brees to try to catch the ball for about 7 yards. That's the kind of stuff right there that you get with chemistry. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, you work together. You know what I'm saying? those after practice reps. That's the kind of stuff that shows us that you've been working together. Brees quarterback rating in the first 3 games was 106. If that's him playing bad, we in good shape. Yeah, but what did it get us, Jump to? I mean, you can have some good stats, but what did it get you? Dak Prescott just threw for 500 yards and they lost. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to put things into context here. You know what I'm saying? Like Drew Brees has always been efficient. That's not the problem. It's about being aggressive. That's been the issue. You know, I don't have a problem with him with the QBR. Like QBR, like okay, that's cool, but you're not winning, and that's the issue. And then you got to ask the question why. That's never been on trial. The QBR, the efficiency, the accuracy, the completion percentage, that stuff never been on trial. It's about winning. It's about is that stuff correlating to winning? Is it? If it's not correlating to winning, then it's for nothing. I mean, like I said, Dak threw for 500 yards today, 500, and they lost to the Browns.
Yep. Those Browns, those Browns look good.
Yeah, they look
I ain't gonna lie.
They look real.
They run the ball. I mean, he had a bad injury today with Nick Chubb hurting his knee. Hopefully, he all right.
Right.
But those Browns, I mean, whatever happened that first game, they snapped out of that and they looked good. They went down to Dallas and hung damn near half a century on the Cowboys today.
Right. And not to mention, like Nick Chubb, he's a good running back. He really is. But you got Kareem Hunt as his backup. Like, let's not pretend like Kareem Hunt is chopped liver. Let's not act like Kareem Hunt don't play for the Chiefs no more because he wasn't good enough. No, he lied to the organization about something that he did. Before that, he was one of the best running backs in football. So if your best running back goes down and Kareem Hunt is your backup, you're in some good shape. You're in very good shape. When you play a strong running game, you beat up your players. I think Sean is afraid that will happen if they really play the hard and continuous. Man, bump all that. I don't care. Look, if my running game is on point, look, I don't care nothing about no injuries, bro. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think the 49ers care about their offensive line getting hurt running all that time? You think Rex Ryan back in the day when he was coaching the Jets at the beginning when he was running the football about 40 times a game, you think he cared about injuries? Man, knock it off, man. The Saints running the football is the best thing for this team right now. The Saints are a running football team, in my opinion. They run the ball better than they pass it. I mean, don't believe me. Go look at the stats. The Saints have changed and transformed into a running team. And the only people that don't seem to realize that is Sean Payton and some of y'all and some of the fans that want Drew Brees to throw the ball 40 times a game. So
I
he
don't
can
mind
keep
that.
up with Tom Brady. You know, like
I don't mind that. We got 2 good running backs. Like I said, we got a run blocking offensive line, for goodness sake. Ramczyk, he went to Wisconsin.
Right.
If you know anything about college football, that's all they do at Wisconsin.
Right.
You got Pete, he went to Stanford. Right. Yeah, we got Olmstead. They ran the ball too. Cesar Ruiz. Hell, they ran the ball at Michigan. Shoot, we need to run the hell out of the ball. I don't care. And we can run the ball 50, 60 times. If we win, who got a problem with that? Brees can throw the ball 8 times. We can run it 60. If we win the game by 1 point, who gonna care? I ain't gonna care.
Man,
Shoot,
I don't care. Y'all see, y'all know what the advertisement been. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've been stressing this. I've been putting them on t-shirts. I've been saying this every day, all this offseason, for them to run the football. And we see what happens when the Saints indeed run the football. We're gonna read a few more and then we're gonna get up out of here. Jordan says PJ Williams didn't look bad because they were playing the Lions. I beg to differ, Jordan. He didn't look bad because they were playing cover 2. Okay, because he had a safety over the top. That's the reason why he didn't look bad. Because he knew for a fact if he get burnt, he had a safety back there to protect him. He had an eraser. He had DJ Swearinger behind him, or he had PJ Williams behind him, or he had Malcolm Jenkins behind him. That's the reason why they played a lot of cover 2 today, which they probably gonna continue to play in the future. You know, and isn't me, but I noticed that when they was playing cover 2 today, it seemed like they were always around the football. It always looked like they was close to getting an interception or something like that. Right? There was a couple of times where, like, that play that Malcolm Jenkins, got he should have caught an interception on that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think we got the kind of defense to play man to man with Lattimore, with Jenkins. I don't think they have a lot of confidence in the deep ball and them playing defense against people who throw the deep ball. They never turn around. So we don't have the kind of. If you look at it, a lot of teams don't have the kind of people to play man to man, unless you Jalen Ramsey or somebody like that. And a lot of they don't have a lot of those. So we need to play cover twos and some zones. Patrick Robinson, he good with zones too. So maybe that's something we need to think about playing down the line too. But we need to stay away from that man to man stuff. We get in trouble. We get pass interference calls when we play that man to man stuff.
Right. Yeah, we definitely get in trouble with that, man. So maybe they need to change that up. Love the savage running by Latavius Murray. Yeah, Latavius Murray was balling out today, man. Running the ball with reckless abandon, no doubt about it. Look, I like Latavius Murray, always have, and I always felt like if people was criticizing Latavius Murray, it was because they really didn't give him opportunities for him to show his skills and his ability. This season, it looks like the Saints are giving him opportunities, and he's answering the bell. I mean, wouldn't you agree, E?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I like the way he runs the ball. He's a big guy with like 6'2" or 6'3", about 230. I mean, he got good speed. When he hit that hole, he hit it hard. He squared his shoulder, and he'll run you over if you got the wrong kind of stance or whatever. So, I mean, we need somebody like him in the third or fourth quarter to come in and shorten that game for people or whatever. I think he's a good runner. I really do think we need to start using Washington also or whatever. Take some of those carries with Kamara and Murray's out of the game. I think they need to start utilizing them. I mean, it all goes back to that running game. I mean, when things get tough with the running game, Payton don't need to just go away from it because if you stop the Saints maybe on 2 or 3 different running plays, you're going to start throwing the ball about 8, 10 straight times or something like that.
Exactly.
So if he could be more patient with the running game or whatever, maybe start even setting them some play action off of the run, I think that'll benefit us too. People like Adam Trestman and Trequan Smith down the middle.
Right.
So I think that's something we need to start doing also.
Yeah, me too, man. I think that they need to start utilizing. I think they need to utilize everybody they got. I like the first pass that Drew Brees threw today was to Marquez Callaway. I like that. You know what I'm saying? There was a guy out there. And I feel like it helps the guy's confidence too. It's like
early.
Yeah. So if Drew Brees goes to you early, it's like, okay, man, he trusts me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just in a game and you ain't getting no targets, like that's discouraging. But if you go out there and you get this guy the ball early, you like, okay, dang, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get the ball today. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially for a young guy like Callaway, you know what I'm saying? He get his first pass at 16 yards. His mama probably watching. You know what I'm saying? Family at home. Right. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy and stuff like that. Everybody giving you high fives and stuff like that. Like, oh, man, my cousin, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it builds their confidence. So I'm definitely excited about that. Right now, E, I want to say congratulations to Chester Flowers. He is the winner that will receive the custom-made State of the Saints podcast mask, courtesy of maskmarket.com. Chester, thank you very much, man. Thank you for snapshotting that picture. Make sure that you inbox me, man, with your information. Once again, Chester Flowers, man. Congratulations to you for winning that mask. No doubt about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. Before we get out of here, I'll give you a final thought, man. What you think about this Saints game, and what can you see what do you look forward to seeing going forward with the New Orleans Saints?
I mean, going forward, we need to take this recipe, write it down, laminate a copy, and use it for next week. That's what we need to do. Shoot, for real. Everything that we did this week, make some tweaks on defense or whatever, stick in that cover two. Try not to leave our cornerbacks on the island. I mean, we don't know if Lattimore and Jenkins going to be back next week. I mean, hopefully they do. We're going against a rookie quarterback next week or whatever. I mean, he's been looking good in all of the games that he's been playing in. So, I mean, we got to get some pressure in this rookie quarterback. I mean, we got to disguise up some schemes. But as far as like what we did on offense, we take that recipe and use it next week or whatever. What we playing at anyway? We are playing in the Dome or we playing in Los Angeles?
Playing in the Dome. Playing the Dome this time.
Okay, so they should have more people in the Dome, more than that friends and family thing, hopefully. So hopefully we can get I've been seeing these other stadiums, they've been having like maybe 10, 20,000 people in the stadium or whatever. So hopefully we get some more people in the stadium. But as far as like what we did today, we need to bag that up and do that next week, see if we can get this guy into some turnovers and run this ball.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Deontay Bell, thank you for the $2.99, says need to get Harris involved. He always open on 22 angles. Yeah, that's I mean, man, that little dude tough. You know what I'm saying? Like one play, man, like he was like breaking tackles, and you know what I'm saying, like he's running through these guys, and I've seen one of the linebackers wrap him up like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like he about to try to run through the linebacker. This guy, man, that little dude, and like he almost returned the punt today. He almost got one, almost broke free, but man, that dude is tough. But my final thought on the game is to pick it back on some of the things that you said. I think that they do need to bottle this, but I'm very concerned about the health of Ryan Ramczyk, because when you got elite pass rushers like Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram coming into town, you know what I'm saying, on the left and right side, you know, and you don't have Ryan Ramczyk, like the Lions front is nothing like the Los Angeles front, and they can't get pressure through Brees. And even the youngster today, he did a good job filling in for Ryan Ramczyk, Greenrich. You know what I'm saying? He did a pretty good job. Man, those guys are gonna eat this dude for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He's gonna get coached up this week. I can tell you that. Where he can be at the Oshner's facility real early next week, and have Cam and Hendrickson going against them all week, trying to coach them up. We're gonna need them.
Yeah, you definitely gonna need him, man. So if Ryan Ramczyk can't get the green light, we definitely gonna need him to step up. Also, man, I like the fact that they're running the football. I would like to see that going forward. You're going up against Justin Herbert, but that doesn't mean anything. Like this kid has it, man. Like they lost the day of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they were up in that game, and he played really well. I seen a 75-yard touchdown that he threw down the field. You know what I'm saying? So he does a lot of great things for the Charger team. And if you're a Chargers fan, I know you got to be excited about your future, because this kid has it. And I think that the New Orleans Saints got to be ready to play this guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here taking it for granted, and you can't beat on your chest because you stylish critics for 1 week. You need to take this and be consistent with it. That is the biggest issue that we have as fans. We know that this team is capable of doing what they did today. They just don't show it enough. And we need that from the New Orleans Saints team. So if they can run the ball, control the time of possession, and I'm hearing that the NFL has reached out to Amir Cottrell, you know what I'm saying? Also, the Saints organization has reached out to her to try to get the Superdome 25% at capacity for this game on Monday Night Football. So hopefully she'll allow this to happen, since isn't the city in phase 3 right now, E, if I'm not mistaken?
Phase 3, and she running the city like with an iron fist. I mean, you got the in the club, in the bars or whatever. She got the to-go cups. I mean, she don't want this outbreak to spread anything further, and we go back down to 2-1. So I don't know how that's gonna go. She been running the city out here with an iron fist for real.
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand that you want to keep people safe, and sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's hard for people to see things when they're so motivated and they want things to happen their way. But hopefully they can be able to get that. I mean, I'm seeing in other states and stuff like that. I mean, even in Florida, I mean, people at Jacksonville Jaguar games. Yep. So, I mean, hopefully they'll be able to do that so the crowd can make enough noise to become a distraction to a young Justin Herbert, and also for the defense, you know what I'm saying, to be playing inspired. And hopefully they can replicate some of the things that we've seen. And, you know, they can, I mean, but I think that they'll be able to get the job done, man. Alvin Kamara continuously playing out his mind. Front runner for Offensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. Drew Brees, as long as he can keep the defense guessing, getting the ball down the field, and as long as his chemistry with Emmanuel Sanders continues to grow, we already know what Michael Thomas is going to do. We see Trequan Smith starting to step up. So I think the Saints will be able to, get back on winning track really soon. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do down the stretch. I mean,
shout out to Cam Jordan in that first sack of the year too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cam Jordan. Definitely, you know what I'm saying, getting off the snide, you know what I'm saying, getting that first sack of the season, so hopefully, this will be the first of many more this season. And the Saints, they got to keep winning right now, man. The Carolina Panthers are 2-2. They're 2-2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 3-1. So, and down in the basement, at 0-3, and they got a game tomorrow. So there's no rest for the weary right here. There's no time to pat yourself back. You got to continuously win. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in my opinion, should have lost today. They found a way to win. Good teams do. They find ways to win. So the Saints got to continue to win and keep pace with the guys in the NFC South. They're going to be looking on it from the outside looking in, no doubt about that. I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And Mike, thank you very much. I wasn't sure about this. He said Malcolm Ingram is hurt. You're absolutely right. I wasn't sure when I said that. I thought I know it's him and also the safety for that team. I think he on IR. I wasn't sure though. I wasn't sure. I just thought I threw it out there. I knew somebody would correct me.
Ingram on IR.
IR. Yeah, I kind of figured that, man. But I knew the safety IR. I know he's done for the season.
Okay.
Derwin James.
Oh yeah, he been on. Yeah. He broke his leg, something like that.
I thought maybe he was hurt, but I wasn't sure, and I knew if I said it, somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, and thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com. Search the State of the Saints podcast. Also, facebook.com. Search the State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes are available iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio.com, and Anchor FM. So if you can't look at the videos, you can always hear them by checking out one of those streaming apps. Till next time, all I got to say is